We still on chapter 2. I just kind of flipped through chapter 2 a minute ago. I didn't realize chapter 2 was so long. I have already started on the playlist, getting these in order for you in which to listen to them, okay? Um, that way uh, you're not looking around saying, well, where are they in order? So they are in order and they are ready for you in case you're taking notes. Woo! Awesome. We're going to start on page 55, The Science of Money. We're not doing a recap. We are short on time. Halfway down the page, I will start where it says, so the desire to get something for nothing, the desire to get something that you have not earned and do not deserve is one of the things that destroys all the hopes and dreams of people worldwide. I'll start there. That was Brian. Here comes Dan. Dan. Brian, I know you are a fan of Anne Rand. That's Aynrand. She had a quote that goes as follows: moochers look to acquire money, usually other people's money. Usually, this quote as a backdrop, let's discuss myth number 2. Wealthy people spend their time thinking of ways to acquire money. Discuss why this is untrue because the vast majority of wealthy people today spend time looking for ways to create value and or wealth. Money is actually the byproduct, not the focal point. This is some good stuff right here. All right. Acquire money, usually other people's money. This oh, the productive citizen looks to add value through productive work, a new invention, or a new business, which generates equity in the form of a salary, an appreciating asset. Oh, yes, honey, let's put a star. How does this comply with the law of cause and effect? Because you did this, this is the effect. Brian, the idea that wealthy people think about getting money all the time is incorrect. Ooh. The most important principle in human life is the principle of service. Let me write up on my page in big letters. Service. Earl Nightingale said that your rewards will always be equal to the value of your service to others. Mr. Nightingale. The question that you need to ask every day is, what can I do to increase the value of my service to others today? Go back to the teachings of Jesus and the teachings of most of the great prophets. They have to do with serving others, serving the less fortunate. The wonderful thing is that human beings are uniquely designed in our DNA so that our greatest joy comes from serving other people. We get food from the Gleaner's Food Bank because we're not rich. Not yet. Rich in kindness, rich in some other things, and servicing our community. My dad, uh, even though we pick up food, my dad does volunteer his services down there to help when they are distributing, as part of helping humanity. I've worked at food banks before and helped with giving to the homeless and creating boxes for them for churches and things of that nature. So, service. Um, we are thankful for Gleaners helping everyone, just like folks was down there at the library helping everyone as far as the homeless because it's cold out. Service, it takes a lot. Um, as far as one climbing up the ladder, uh, to change your mindset in regards to the service that you offer humanity. I had to leave a note for International Poetry Horror Group, not a note, I actually left some videos and told them that is your gift. God gave you that gift. If you don't use that gift, no one else is going to be able to see what you have as far as your creativity or the gift that God gave you. Nobody else can provide that. Only you can provide that. So you're saying you don't have time. Make some time for your God given talents and your gifts so that they can be shared with the world. Okay? I was having dinner with my son and his wife, and they have two little girls. My son's a great father, and she's a great mother. The two girls are just as happy as can be. All the parents think about is doing things for their little girls. Having children and taking care of your children is one of the greatest joys that a person can have. In case you on here listening, you probably aren't somebody who don't take care of your children if you're on here listening. But I'm going to repeat that. Taking care of your children is one of the greatest joy that a person can have. People say, oh, they're terrible at this age. They're terrible. Having kids and taking care of our kids gives us so much pleasure that we'll spend our whole lives for them. Oh. We'll even put up with lack of appreciation from them when they grow up. My gosh. The average man will die 8 years younger than the average woman. What? Y'all don't have much time then. That is crazy. Because he'll work himself to death to provide for his family. Oh. Serving his family gives him joy to the point of being willing to work himself senseless. I'm grateful for my papa. Service is critical. Of course, wealthy people, successful people want to earn lots of money, but money is a way of measuring whether or not you're actually serving people. Money is a way of measuring whether or not what you're doing works. Which is why I'm really not on other sites as much. I'm building and growing this site versus the other ones because I've already been on the other sites 2-3 years. And I said, oh, this is not working. Let me change it up. Whether it's profitable, money is the market's way, nature's way of telling you that it is a valuable expenditure of time and effort. Many people don't understand this, so serving is what people look for. Whenever I'm traveling, I look for products and services that can really help people. I need to put a 411 here. All right. Let's go back to John D. Rockefeller. John D. Rockefeller was a piker. He started off earning $3.75 a week as a clerk at the very bottom of a company. Oh my gosh. He gave $1.75 a week to a charity. That's how he started life. He gave half of his earnings to charity. He saved a little bit and accumulated. He was always looking for ways to serve people, serve others. People use kerosene lanterns. He was one of the first people to find ways to produce kerosene. Ooh. Story of kerosene. Fire. Boom, boom, boom. Ow! Then when the combustion engine and the automobile came along, his whole focus was on serving people by giving them the products that they needed to enhance their lives at lower prices. He owned everything from the oil fields to the pumps, to the pipelines, to the railroads, to the refineries, all the way through the gas station. So he could keep lowering prices without paying the middleman. So he could serve more and more people at lower and lower prices. Well, come on, Rockefeller. I'm getting some history lessons today. Look at Henry Ford. No, I don't know about Ford. Henry Ford revolutionized the world of manufacturing. When people were doing team manufacturing, it took about 300 hours to make a car because the team would do everything in conjunction with his engineers. Ford developed the production line where they could manufacture cars at such speed that a car could sell for $300 rather than $3,000. The people who actually building the cars, working men who were basically the lowest level of society at the time, could afford to buy the product they were making. Henry Ford transformed the entire world. Oh, and this was his greatest joy. He became very close to the richest man in the world at the peak of his powers by making cars available to everybody, which no one had ever done before. Cars had been for the wealthy. Cars were for people who would spend 2 or 3 hours worth of average working man's earnings, but now the average person could buy a car. And then somebody came up with the idea of a down payment and a payment term. So a layaway plan. I like layaway plans. I mean, I prefer to buy stuff outright if possible, but I've used a few layaway plans. Or pay as you go. Yeah. So the working man could buy a car with a small down payment and pay it off over 3 years. It's transformed everything. Let's look at Sears Roebuck. In here just a minute. Let's see how much. We're almost there. Which became one of the biggest retailers in the industry of the world because they came up with the money back guarantee. No questions asked. Nobody had ever done that in history. They said you couldn't do that. Sears said the people we serve are good people, and if we sell them a product through our catalog, the only reason they'll send it back is because it wasn't what they thought they ordered. It was the wrong size, the wrong color, or something else. Wrong size, wrong color, something else. The money back guarantee. That's a lot of trust right there. We're going to offer an unconditional guarantee. It turned out that less than 5% of people ever asked for their money back. What they asked for was an exchange. 99% said, can I just change it for a different color or a different size? Sears Roebuck went on to become one of the most profitable retailers in history. Look at Walmart today. I really love Walmart. I worked for them a couple of years ago and I was addressing one of their conventions. I did a whole one-day seminar for one of their divisions. In the midst of their annual convention in St. Louis, they had 25,000 people there. I was speaking to 2,000 managers. The president of Walmart came in and everybody stopped. He came in and he gave a speech. It was about 5 minutes long. He said that we at Walmart had a very simple philosophy. We represent people who live from paycheck to paycheck. Unfortunately, that's the sad truth. We do live from paycheck to paycheck. We are trying to change that in our consciousness level right now in regards to that whole paycheck to paycheck thing, okay? Who have no extra money and who cannot afford to make a buying mistake. Our job is to get them the very best selection of products at the lowest prices possible for our buying power and then to unconditionally guarantee everything we sell so that nobody ever gets stuck with a product or gets stuck paying more for a product anywhere else. Our job is to help our clients improve the quality and standard of their lives so that they can buy more of the things that they want and need for their family. Oh, Wally World. Wally World. He gave the talk and he gave it with such passion. Everybody in the room jumped to their feet cheering because that's the Walmart philosophy. Serve our customers. Every single thing we do is to get prices down lower and lower so our customers can buy more and more of the things they need to improve the quality of their lives. Look at Walmart with 11,000 stores, the most successful retail operation in history. Everybody there is passionate about serving others. By the way, the Walton family is worth about $149 billion today because Sam Walton divided up his entire inheritance before he died. If you were to just take Sam Walton's family, they could be by far almost 100% the richest single family in the world because of this incredible ethic of service. Okay. That's how wealthy people think. When wealthy people look at a hotel or real estate development or a store or a stock or a product, they're always looking at how they can develop a product or service that will help people improve the quality of their lives. That's what they think about all the time. That's what they get excited about, and that's what they get rewarded for. We're ending on page 60. That's beautiful. That's so beautiful. 60. So we got 8 more pages in chapter 2. But the library had to close, and it is freezing, literally cold, and I can't be waiting all day for my Uber, baby. I'm about to call that Uber right now, hunty. All right. Have a lovely. I won't be back until I'm gonna be finishing up my book here over the next few days. At least that's the goal that I started on because I was making changes in the Denelsia Secrets grant writing book, and I've been filling out these grants and really helpful that they tell you the strength and everything of how your paragraph is doing. So, oh, if you're just tuning in, my name's Denelsia. I'm glad to have you here. I like to have fun, but I also like to learn. And yeah, sing, dance, poetry, a few spells every now and then. Yeah, a lot of conjuring. About to go conjure this application right on up to the store. And I like to party, which is why you see me dance. And I do clothes. And again, I'm working on the lingerie line. So I did send an invite to my poetry group for a Zoom for learning grant writing. And then I also posted it on one of my social media pages. If that is something you are interested in, drop a message in the comments and I will get back with you and see how we can get together so I can get you arranged to take the class for grant writing. Okay? All right. Have an awesome weekend. Weather permitting, I'll be back Monday, and if not, Tuesday. Just depends upon the weather and how rough it gets out there. All right, loves. Take care, and I appreciate you tuning in. Later.